sad news arrives. JUNGKOOK suddenly called JIMIN. ARMY wept upon hearing it. A late-night phone call between two global icons, JUNGKOOK and JIMIN, has shaken the hearts of millions of BTS fans around the world. In the quiet and dark of the night, JUNGKOOK's soft, emotional voice crossed the phone network and delivered news no one was ready to hear. "Hyung, I need to talk." "It's important," said JUNGKOOK in an unusual tone. In that very second, everything changed. There was sad news, and for ARMY, this wasn't just news, but a wound that pierced their hearts. And no fan ever expected that this moment would come so suddenly. JIMIN, who was undergoing his military service with calm and full concentration, was shocked by the call from his groupmate JUNGKOOK, who was serving in a different unit. Communication between BTS members has been limited during military service, but that night felt different, very different. And indeed, in the conversation that lasted over 40 minutes, JUNGKOOK cried. His tears were not due to exhaustion or military pressure, but from deep loss. One person close to them, someone who had personally supported them during their military journey, had passed away. JUNGKOOK told JIMIN that one of the senior officers who often guided and looked after them during training, someone the members considered like a father figure at the base, had died due to an unexpected accident while on duty. The news hit JIMIN like a hammer. "Are you serious that Hyung is gone?" he asked, his voice trembling. The silence that filled the pause in the conversation only emphasized the depth of grief both felt. That officer was not just a trainer, but a figure who helped them adjust to the harsh military world, a world far from glittering stages and cheering fans. For JUNGKOOK, this loss felt like losing the emotional foundation he had quietly relied on. That moment was so emotional that JUNGKOOK couldn't hold back his tears by the end of the call. He cried, not only out of sorrow, but out of guilt. He felt he didn't get the chance to say a final thank you. And more sadly, he knew that JIMIN would also not be able to attend the funeral due to strict military protocols. "He was like our guardian, Hyung. He's the one who told us to stay strong," said JUNGKOOK, his voice barely audible. As this news spread among a limited circle, ARMY immediately felt the same emotional turbulence. Many of them cried after hearing the unofficial transcript of the emotional conversation that leaked on social media. The hashtags #StayStrongJungkook and #PrayForJimin quickly topped trending on X, formerly Twitter, showing that the world doesn't just follow BTS's music career, but also their humanity. From various countries, messages of support flooded social media. Many fans wrote open letters to JUNGKOOK and JIMIN, expressing their sympathy and recalling how BTS members always showed respect and humanity in every step they took. "We mourn with you, JUNGKOOK. We know your heart is broken. But you're not alone," wrote an ARMY from Brazil. In South Korea, fans even built a small altar near the military office where JUNGKOOK serves, lighting candles and placing white flowers as a sign of respect. What made the atmosphere even more emotional was JUNGKOOK's confession during the call that he had considered leaving the entertainment world due to the immense emotional pressure after this loss. "I feel lost if not for all of you. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to endure," he said, referring to the BTS members and the support from ARMY. That sentence was heart-wrenching. A statement from a man who usually appeared unshakable on stage, now sounded fragile. JIMIN, though devastated, became the emotional anchor in the conversation. He reminded JUNGKOOK of their strength as a family. "We've gone through hard times together. We'll face this together too. You're not alone," he said firmly. Those words seemed to be an anchor for JUNGKOOK in the middle of an uncontrollable emotional storm. Internal reaction from Big Hit Music soon followed. Through an official statement, the agency confirmed an incident that affected the emotional state of one BTS member, but did not detail the identity of the deceased individual. Big Hit also urged media and fans to respect the members' privacy during the mourning period. Behind the scenes, the company also strengthened psychological support for the members still serving the nation, This event serves as a powerful reminder that even though they are known as global stars, the members of BTS are humans who also experience loss, grief, and emotional burdens like anyone else. That late-night call, never planned, revealed the vulnerable and honest side of friendship between members, especially JUNGKOOK and JIMIN, two names known since debut for their deep emotional bond. Now, many await how BTS will return after completing their military service. But one thing is certain, when they return, they will carry not just military experience, but wounds that will shape their future work and soul. ARMY knows this is not just a phase. This is a transition moment that will mark a new tone in BTS's music and story. As June approaches and rumors of the members' return begin to spread, this night of grief will remain an important chapter in their narrative. JUNGKOOK and JIMIN, in their quiet yet deep connection, have shown that BTS's strength lies not only in vocal harmony or choreography, but in their love, loyalty, and sincerity toward each other and the world. Now, the world is no longer just waiting for BTS's comeback. The world is waiting for their emotional recovery. Because when they return to the stage, we know they will bring more than just songs. They will bring stories of loss, of love, and of hope that still burns, even in the darkest night. But after the euphoria and tears subside, one big, unavoidable question emerges. Did all of this really happen? Or is this event merely an emotional narrative shaped to evoke public sympathy, attract media attention, and strengthen fanbase loyalty? In this digital era, where narratives can spread within seconds through platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and viral threads on X, Twitter, it's hard to distinguish between actual reality and constructed stories. In the case of the late-night call between JUNGKOOK and JIMIN, followed by sad news and emotional tears, we must ask, can this information be objectively verified? It's important to note that as of this article's writing, there has been no official confirmation from Big Hit Music regarding the contents of the private conversation between JUNGKOOK and JIMIN, or the identity of the individual reported to have passed away. All circulating narratives come from fan-made video clips, netizen speculation, and anonymous accounts with unverifiable credibility. Is it reasonable to trust such major information from a 60-second TikTok clip? If we delve deeper, this phenomenon actually reflects a major dynamic in modern fandom culture: the ongoing need for emotional engagement. ARMY, as one of the world's most active and vocal fan communities, often becomes the target of viral content specifically designed to trigger reactions. So, the question is, are we witnessing a real event, or just consuming a narrative deliberately manipulated? Behind those touching moments, there is potential emotional exploitation we must be wary of. We must ask, who is the first to spread this information? What was the motive behind its spread? Why is there no official documentation, agency statement, or credible witness to confirm the story? These questions are not meant to doubt the sorrow possibly felt by BTS members, but to preserve the integrity of our understanding as information consumers. Because, in a flood of emotions, it's very easy to lose reflective ability and jump to conclusions. Furthermore, we should reflect. If this information turns out to be inaccurate or even entirely fabricated, what is the impact on the fans who have been emotionally involved? When fictional narratives are wrapped in convincing language, combined with dramatic visuals and touching music, it's easy for someone to be drawn into a false reality they believe to be true. We live in a time when news and entertainment are massively intertwined, when the line between fact and fiction becomes blurred. So, it's not an exaggeration to urge you, the readers, to not only consume, but also to critique every piece of information you read, watch, and listen to. Don't just ask what happened, but also, why is this appearing now? Who benefits most from this news? How are my feelings being influenced by this content? Some netizens have even started to question why such content always seems to surface near important BTS dates, like debut anniversaries, member birthdays, or the nearing end of military service. Is this just coincidence? Or is it part of an emotional marketing strategy unknowingly accepted by the fans themselves? In previous interviews, BTS members have indeed been known to be very open about mental struggles, industry pressure, and relationship dynamics between members. However, even in that openness, they have always maintained clear boundaries between private life and public consumption. So again, why would such an emotional and sensitive personal event suddenly leak so explicitly to the public? We are not concluding that this is a hoax, but we emphasize that verification is key. The digital world is not just a place for sharing, but also a field of illusion dissemination. And as media consumers, you have the responsibility to not only feel, but also think, to not only accept, but also analyze.